In this video, we will look into how to install Visual Studio Code into our development environment. Let's go to Visual Studio Code website. So let's search for VS Code, download. So first link, let's go to the first link. So you have three options, Windows, Linux, and Mac. So our system is Windows, so we will download for Windows. Let's click on Windows button. The download starts automatically. If it's not starting automatically, you can click on the direct download link and it will start. Here we can see that it is downloaded. Let's click on this and open the installer. If not through this, we can open the folder and install from there. We'll go to the folder and then start from there. You can double click on this, or you can do a right click and open it. Let's do right click and open. Right click, click on open. Installer will start automatically and show a pop-up. We need to accept the agreement. Click on next. So keep the default options. Click on next. Default options, next. Default options, next. And lastly, we can click on install. Let's click on install. Installation has started. Now installation got finished. So keep the launch Visual Studio Code button on and then click on finish. Now it will open Visual Studio Code. Let's click on the help. Let's click on next section and mark as done. And click on next section, mark as done. Let's click on mark as done. This is starting screen. We can open any file or folder and start working from there. Let's close this editor for now, and then let's go to the GitHub desktop application. Close this. Let's close this also. Let's open GitHub desktop. Now we can see this GitHub desktop app. Let's click on this. Now we can see the GitHub desktop and I have the repository selected. Let's click on this. This time we will right click on this repository. Now we can see that there is an option called Open in Visual Studio Code. Now we can choose this option to open this repository in the Visual Studio Code. Let's click on this. Now my repository is open in Visual Studio Code. So we should choose yes, I trust the authors. Plus yes. Now if we see README file, we can edit this file. Let's click on README. Now it shows what README has. I can add new content to it. I'm going to add an example content here. This is an example content. So now if you see the dot here on the file name, that means it's not yet saved. If you see a dot here in the file name, at the end of the file name, that means it's not saved. So we have to save this file. How do we do that? So we can go to File and then Save. If I click on Save, it will go away. So now the file is saved. One of the best options is to auto save the files. So for that, we need to go to File and go to Auto Save option and select that option. Save. If I click on File again and show the options, it will show us File Auto Save as like this. So there is a tick mark in front. So if there is a tick mark, that means autosave is enabled. So now, whenever I type something, this is another example. So why the dot did not come is because it has all automatically saved the file. So you don't need to explicitly save the file. By default, it is saved as you type it. So that's the best use case. So this is how we install VS Code in Windows.